All right, great. So first, some housekeeping. If
No, I
everybody,
accidentally hit something wrong. I
okay,
don't know how to turn it off.
Tom, please, could you mute, please? Thanks. All right. So first up, some housekeeping. If everybody can go on mute, if you want to ask a question, just unmute and ask Jaws a question, and he'll be happy to answer it for you. I'd really appreciate it. So everybody go on mute. If you don't mute, I will fucking server mute you. So you don't want that. Because I don't want to hear your bird or your tacos being made in the background and stuff like that. All right. So I'm Captain Bond from NOCAP. We're hosting this today. Jaws is from the clan Buenas Noches. Jaws, if you haven't noticed, has an accent. He lives in Spain, and he is in the clan Buenas Noches, one of the great clans on the server. And Jaws has mercenaried with us, and he is an awesome dude. And he volunteered to be the first teacher, whatever you want to call it, of our masterclass series that we're starting to see how this goes. I see a bunch of people from all over joining, so I really appreciate you coming in to really maybe learn something from a really great player, and hopefully he doesn't have a 300 XP game in his first game. So, um, anyway, so Jaws, go ahead and take it away. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been playing the game, and stuff like that?
Okay, I've been playing the game since. Okay, disclaimer, big disclaimer right now. Maybe my pronunciation is not perfect. Sometimes it's if someone speaks really fast, I cannot like process all the information. But I have been playing this game since 2012. I really like it. I like it. I was a totally potato. I was. I mean, I had like 2K games, and I didn't understand too much. In that time, my best ship was the Mogami. But keeping up, I was, not like getting super competitive, but like sort of being a better player, like how to understand the game, the ships, and everything else. Okay, shall I start right now? Like the commander, I mean, with the review, it's okay. Hello?
Yep, yep. Everybody's on mute, man. It's your.
Ah, okay.
So just
Okay,
if
yeah.
no, just go ahead and go through what you want to talk to, and then you can jump into a game and start explaining like what you're thinking about, stuff like that.
Okay, first, well, the equipment. I have like a sort of troll build, secondaries. It's like a double. Uh, I don't know how to translate it, but for example, I mean, you don't get all the abilities for the airplanes, but I think it's really worth. They're not like super amazing secondaries like Graf Zeppelin, but this ship is based on the Bismarck hull, I believe. I don't know. I'm not totally sure, and it can be really tanky. For example, like Midway can snipe you. Your well, FDR will snipe you in Clan Wars every time because they give 50 millimeters, but the ship overall is really tanky. The only problem is this part. Everyone can shoot you here, and you will take a lot of damage. If you see a Richthofen with secondaries hitting you, don't hit him here. It's 150 millimeters, and you won't be able to pen him. You will have you need always to shoot this part and also in the bow. My commander, like I say, it's a little bit troll with it. Good intelligence. I don't have concealment. I ran a couple times. I have a cheap, but I don't think it's like really worth it. I have tried, I don't know, like two or three builds, and this is the best one for me. I didn't copy this build. I don't know. It's what I feel comfortable with. I don't think you need a concealment expert because the concealment of the ship with this build is really good, 12.2 kilometers. With the signals, it's pretty standard. You will always need this signal and this for the chance of the flooding a little bit higher because it's really hard to do floodings with the torpedo bombers with the rich.
if you guys have any questions later on, I'm good to go over like particular items on his captain build. We can do that.
Okay, mainly, not only with the rich thing. You have to do this with all aircraft carriers. Like, look the setup, looking if there is a Minotaur or anything with a really great anti-aircraft. But mainly, I say this always. The primordial stuff with an aircraft carrier is spotting. Why is it spotting? Because, for example, I can scout right here, I can attack right here, I don't know, 1-2 drops, maybe I can get some damage, I don't know. But what is the problem? If these 2DDs get like right here, a cruiser can surprise them. Well, we don't have a lot of cruisers right there, right here. But like I say, primordially, it's scouting. You don't have to attack. You don't need to do that. You have to scout. Well, for example, if I am coming right here and the south give me completely broadside, of course I will punish him. But also these rocket planes they do a lot of damage, but it's really easy also to know don't do damage. I mean, you can get like 20k. I have done like 26k of one drop, but if you don't get in the right angle, you will always do almost like no damage, like 5k or 6k, I don't know. For example, also you have to every time you have to play with this. Okay, so annoying. How long? You have to play with the concealment, not like so much in normal battles, but you have to do it in clan wars to seek a DD or something. For example, let's see here. To this here, my plane concealment is 9 kilometer. I know this Halang is here because he shot me, obviously, but I will have like a clue. If I go there again and spot him, I know there's a DD. I am right here detected. Not too much people use the plane concealment, but it's really important. Well, I am talking too much. I'm not spotting. Always, you have to economize your planes. Even if you are in the FVR, it doesn't matter because you can get the plane at easily. Well, not with the FVR, but I won't attack the Smolensk because I'm going to lose many planes. As you see, I have spotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of 12. And I didn't spot this one, but my whole team has an idea where are the other ships. Well, this guy's, I think he's making a mistake right here, but Halan will kill me all my planes easily. If he has AA on, I won't be able to drop on the Smolensk. You always have, you need to aim a little bit. You don't want to put the holes, the reticle of the rocket planes, like in the full citadel. You always need to do a little bit on the sea, because the impact angle is really important. He can be completely broadside, but if you drop really high, you won't hit the citadel. You have to, only in this carrier because you want to hit the citadel. And like I say, always the positioning of the planes, like the situational awareness. Right here is a Didi. I don't know where he is. There's a Hana, Daring, Kaba. This is the Shima. I don't know where he is, but I know he is on my 9 kilometers concealment of the planes. Well, he's in the cap because he's capping. Also, you have to take account of the fighters are like not the best fighters because it's not the size so big. It's like, okay, 7. I don't know if it's the midway is also 7. I don't know. But what is the thing with these planes? The concealment of the fighters is like 5 kilometers or 5.5 kilometers. I'm not really sure. But in clan wars, you can spot without getting your fighters down. If you're going to make 2 drops, okay, you can go with your full squad. Well, I will get into dodge flanking right in a moment. Not. That's muy mal aquí. Maybe I will get Citadel, I don't know. No, I didn't. You have to go. The higher you are, the more penetration your plane, your bombs should have. Or gaming doesn't share that information, and also they didn't share
that's
the
actually
rocket.
A lie. I have to say that it's a lie. That does not actually happen.
The what?
Higher penetration. It's only angle. That counts.
Okay, but okay. I didn't know that. well, two bad, really bad drops. You know, it's a little bit difficult, like explaining everything and aiming. You have to. The dive bombers are really flexible, really flexible. Wait, if I get the shimmer right here. I just want, with this drop, I'm not looking like for damage. I just want him to keep in a straight direction. It's not easy to hit a destroyer with these torpedoes, but they are really fast. They don't do too much damage, but the speed of the torpedo is really nice. Also, I have to preamp the drop. Like here, I cannot hit him because his air concealment is like, I don't know, 2.4 kilometers. Right now, I should be like going for the Sao or the Yamato also. I should have moved my aircraft, my ship really long time ago through the middle, because in the middle, I can cover the whole map. Okay, I mean the distance is shorter if I stay here than if I stay here. Right now, I want to hostigate because Shimakaze is playing, well, I don't know, like really passive. I don't want this guy to be torping here. Like right now, he's just hostigating him, you know, like making him do nothing. He already got the cap. He's doing nothing there. Also, the HP squad on the HP pool isn't really big, so I mean, you can go against 3 ships, also depending on the damage they have, but I will not recommend it. You have to hunt, I don't know, it can be a battleship or whatever, but you have to extend your plane survivability always. I will keep spotting this guy because I want... He right now is doing nothing. He's not spotting, he's not doing nothing. Like I said, they are really flexible. I don't know if the angle matters when you like slow down. I guess you should. That's a bad drop, a really bad drop. It should be, well, I don't know, let's see. Okay, so. Also, I hope I don't hit this flag. Okay, perfect. I could be using my rocket planes a little bit more. They sometimes even do more damage than the dive bombers, but only the Sao alive right now. And also I lost a little bit of too much plane. I have 3. Okay, well, I don't have too much problem right here.
So I want to jump
With the
in.
torpedo bomber.
I want to jump in real quick. One of the things that I've noticed, and I wanted to pass along to the people watching, is every single detectability of every single plane, of every single boat. You've been throwing out numbers left, right, and center, and so I wanted to point out how important that is as you're flying around the map.
Yeah, totally. It's totally important. I mean, yes, like you say, it's a lot of numbers and here and there, but you need to know them in order to play better. Well, not to play better, to survive a little bit more and know the damage and all this stuff. Sorry.
Do we have a quiz after after the class?
Yeah.
We have a quiz, Jaws.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Perfect.
It's American joke, sarcasm. Sorry.
Okay. Right here for me, I don't know. I mean, I could go from, okay, he's already dead, but I will lose too many planes. Well, I only have 45k damage, but it's not like I see the Yamato or the Kremlin. I could go through in that exact moment for him. I have to know the situation, know the damage. Like you say, these planes are not really tanky. They make a lot of damage, but they are not tanky. I mean, in comparison to the Midway, the full squadron of the Midway have 34k HP of HP pool. You know, this guy is alone. Well, I could drop on the Montana too, but this guy is almost dead, so should be 3 feet less, I hope. Okay, perfect. Also, I didn't point that out, but not all the ships are the same. GK is really easy to settle, but for example, Yamato is a little bit harder, Republic is the hardest, and also Bourgogne. Well, overall, all the French are really hard to settle with dive bombers. With the torpedo bombers, I never look for damage. I only look for floatings because they will give me a lot more damage than the torpedo itself. I should be aiming a little bit more, but I mean, if you hit on the stern or the bow, you will get more chance to get floatings. He should lose the DCP right now. I think he should. Also, very important, not with the rocket planes because they alternate the side of the when you are going to make a drop. But with the torpedo bombers, you have to, like right here, I should take a little bit less damage from the Kremlin in order to drop 3 torpedoes again with 4 planes. I mean, in this situation, I don't know if it would make the what I am trying to do, but you will save more HP of the planes. And like I say, you could have like Kaga. Well, he used the DCP when I broke his engine, and now he's dead. Always when you're against battleships, you don't with the torpedo bombers. I mean, you don't have to go for damage. You have to aim in the bow or the stern in order to get floatings. Well, here I should have moved a long time ago from here to there, but you know, I'm talking, I'm trying to explain, and it's a little bit difficult for me to cover everything. And also, it's not like in order to improve your PR, you have to just go for damage or kill ships or kill steel. I'm not that kind of player, and no one should be that kind of player because I think the point of every match is try to win it. Because if I'm going for damage, I won't go spotting or hostigating deities. I won't do any of that. Maybe I should. Maybe everyone should. Yes, but I don't think that's really healthy for the team in order to win. Like I said, this... Okay, he's going to run, but not affecting his speed. Oof. You see, I didn't count the time. Now all my scrabble, if I didn't have the heal, they will be gone. I'm not going to drop again. I will try to save some dive bombers.
So do you try to slingshot in when you do the bomb drop? You drop one squadron and then push in further?
You can do it. I was not trying to do it, but yes. I was not trying, but in that case, I almost do it. But you have to like preempt it really, like I don't know, like a distance. You have to drop in like distance. I don't know, like 7.4 or 7 kilometers. But well, yes, you will save some HP if you do the oh my god,
Slingshot.
the slingshot exactly.
Gotcha, buddy.
I thought they got rid of that, didn't they?
I mean, not like before. The only CV capable of doing totally the slingshot is the implacable. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. But with the reach to the bombers, you can do it. You can totally do it.
Yeah, you still
Right here
get damage though.
I should have an average of 170k. I should have. I have, I don't know, right now like 150. But yeah, it's good damage, and I can keep doing damage. Always, if you are going only to make one attack, you have to sight 3 planes. I always do it, because you can get the plane really easily. It's not like you want to do a lot of damage with one squadron. No, you want to hit and run, and come again, okay? He's angling right now. I'm not going to do any damage to him. Only 6 penetration, 4.2k, that's the problem. You can get a lot of damage, but if they angle, your rocket planes are totally useless. They are really easy to evade. I mean, for example, in Clan Wars, it's more easy because you see a lot of Stalingrads, huge broadside, they're really slow, they don't accelerate too fast. But for example, Sal, Worcester, Minotaur, so those cruisers with a really high steering, I don't know how to say it, they move the steer really fast. It's really difficult to hit them with the dive bomber. With the rocket planes. And always, you have to hostigate destroyers. Always, because it's not the same like I was hostigating the Shimakase. I think yes, he was I like cut his performance in order for my cruisers and my battleships to survive a little bit longer. Like I said, it doesn't totally matter, but I like to cover like all the gaps. Those fighters should not do too much to me because I have a heal. Okay, one settle. Like I said, these dive bombers are not like Hakuyu. They are really flexible, really flexible.
I'd like to
You
point
can,
out,
I don't know.
I'd like to point out that Jaws killed 3 ships and did 107,000 damage while chatting.
Yeah.
It would take 100% of my concentration to get half that.
Yeah, it's a little, like I say, it's decreased by 2. You know, this happens a lot. They will only report you because, I don't know, you're using an aircraft carrier, a kind of ship that they can also use. It's really like toxic. When you get mad in this game, it's because someone is doing the correct thing. Okay, but well, also the karma system in the game sucks. But I don't know. For me, it's a really childish to report a flyer with a ship that you can also play. And also, I had 2 points. Well, I'm going to another battle because I didn't cover a lot of the things with the dive bomber. For example, when you're diving, okay, when the reticle, it doesn't matter where you're playing. Or well, I will explain it right now because it will be easier. It's at the side of the dive bombers.
The side matters more than the center.
Sorry? I didn't understand.
You're saying the reticle, the side of the reticle matters more than the center, or you don't have to wait for it to go?
No. That's not what I tried to say. I will explain it real quick when I get into battle.
Great. And then in this match, and I know you were chatting, doing a great job. Can you talk about what your thought process is about moving your carrier? Several times in the game, I should be here because of this, or I should move over here because of that. Can you do that a bit more in this match? It's good stuff.
Okay. Okay, we have some cruisers now, so we should get a little bit more advantage with the rocket planes. And also really important that I didn't point out with the special commander, when you get 30 hits of whatever, combine it with the rocket planes, torpedo bombers, or dive bombers. When you hit 30 hits, they will the aircraft restoration time it's -10, and that's a huge the perk of the commander. I always start with the rocket planes only for scout. I think they're fast. No, they're not faster. Okay, what I was trying to say, yes, they are faster, sorry. Or not, they are 220? Yes, I think it's almost the same. What I was trying to say here, with the reticle, you can turn, I mean, if you turn, well, in other carriers, the side goes like really wide, but I click and I can turn, you see the reticle, okay, until it hits the center, it doesn't move. Doesn't matter where your planes are heading, and you have to use that in advantage. For example, I have a cruiser here. Like he's really close. I pop and I go, okay, the center, I don't move more. And the side doesn't expand more. It only expands when you get in the center. Okay, I'm going to turn back my... Well, I could drop that talent too, but it's not really worth it. Like I said, you have to economize a lot your planes. For example, I could get a good drop on the Tallinn, but the Richthofen was close, also the Iowa. And also, I have to point out that you need to know, not, for example, the DPM of the, because if you see a Minotaur, if you see a Worcester, obviously they do high AA damage. But for example, Iowa 5.8 kilometers, Izumo the same, Yamato the same, Thunder 6 kilometers, Des Moines 5.8. For example, when you see a Worcester, you know, or a Minotaur, you know, they have 6.9, and also they have a lot of small flags. Sorry. And also you can do is like bait the priority sector, but it's, I don't know, you can do it to economize a little bit more of health. You will see the priority sector when it's like a swarm, like they're like tiny dots, and in certain moment they go like a swarm. Okay, let's see. I should have, okay, I won't have this guy, so I have to go with the San Luis. Okay, so not so great. I didn't drop on the Moines because it was a little bit of the piece of the island at that will. I mean, I can do it, but it alternates too much your side of the rocket planes. Like here, it's really difficult to drop because I have to find someone isolated. I won't go to with the Des Moines because I will lose too many planes, and we only have like 3 minutes in game. But with the San Luis going there, and he's isolated right there, I can drop him with no problem. And like I said, you have to economize your planes. I am going just here to do one drop. I will let go 6 planes because I don't want to. I could, but I don't want to be with my whole squadron here. A little bit of bad luck with the RNG. If you have a little bit, a tiny bit of patience, it's really frustrating sometimes with the RNG, especially with the bombers, also in the Hakuryu. Not with the midway because you have 6 bunks. But with these ones, it's really difficult as well. I don't know if you know, but they're nerfing the site. They're making a little bit wider, I think. Right now, I don't have to move my aircraft carrier because I could approach a little bit like closer. The concealment of the is pretty good, not like the Audacious with the legendary mod like 9.9. I have the midway with the without any concealment, and it's 15.7, so I have to stay really away. Okay, he's going forward. I need to go with the bombers again because I will lose too many time coming with the rocket planes to this side. Also, that you have to take in account always. If I am here, my planes, I will have to go like through here. I will waste like 30-40 seconds, I don't know, trying to position my planes to get his broadside. I spend, I don't know, like 20 seconds from here. I'm going to make 2 drops here. I don't need my full squadron because I have the heal. I use my heal almost when this is going to the tiny dot of the health of the plane is almost coming red because the heal is only 5 minutes, 5 seconds, sorry. Well, that was totally bullshit, but well, like I said, it's really frustrating sometimes the RNG with the dive bombers. In this area, I mean, I only can, I mean, the Fantastic will be near me, and I don't want to get spotted. He's really close, I know. Like I say, you only have to take in account the concealment of the plane. If you get this tiny dot here detected, it's someone around these 9 kilometers of the detection of the planes. Also, right now the flags are like a little bit yellowish, I think. But when the cruisers or anything that has a defensive IA, the explosion of the flags turns like a little bit like orange or like a little bit more reddish. Okay, I'm trying to look on the Des Moines. I should not be eating damage from the Yamato, but I was moving my aircraft carrier. Right now it's like really complicated. I don't know. I don't have like isolated targets. The only one isolated is the Iowa. I'm going from him. Because, like I said, these planes are not tanky. They're not tanky, and 2-3 ships they will take your whole squadron down without any problem. You need always to find isolated targets. Okay, I got a spotted there. Well, I don't think I will do too much damage. Okay, I think I'm okay with that.
And you moved your carrier around that island through the cap, and that was positioning for later on.
Yes, I'm going to push. I will keep pushing with the team. Well, I don't know. Also, you need to always take in account the HP pool of the team. This guy should be dead right here if I get a little bit lucky. Hopefully. Okay. Because what I say, I have a meme build. I love the meme build. You can go alone. I mean, you can, but I will not really recommend it because they're pushing like right here. I can now see maybe right here. I don't know. In order to use the secondaries, it has to be like a really, what do I say?
You there, Jaws? Looks like we may have a technical difficulty here.
The stream just paused.
Yeah, his streamed pause, and he's obviously not talking. So
yeah, mine paused.
Yep. Okay. Up.
No,
and
it's just
and I'm talking, and my mute was on, so it's super perfect. I don't know if Jaws can hear us or not.
Says he minimized his application. Sit tight.
Yeah, I think it's something worse than that. I'll message him.
Like an asteroid hit Spain. Reese, is Portuguese okay?
Portugal good?
Nice. Yeah, Portugal. Jesus Christ. Fucking retarded, man.
I don't know what the fuck happening with my laptop. I don't know. Like the fan started to do some weird noises.
You're back. You're back. You're back, Jaws. You just need to go live again.
Yeah, I'm starting the game.
And Jaws comes back, and that's how I won the game.
Well, overall, it's a lot of information to cover, a lot of information to know. It's not easy, but when you do it day by day and day by day, like for example, right now my personal rating is like 2.1k, but like 8 months ago I was like in 1.5 or 1.4k. I don't know. Like I say, it's always to improve and to try to understand the whole game and also the mechanics of the game. But like I say,
you're still not streaming, at least for me.
Leave the stream and come back, Bun. It came back to me.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay.
Okay,
Shows
so
it
it's me.
logging
I'll
into
leave the
the game.
room and come back. Oh, yep. Got it. That's what it took.
Okay, I will play. Well, I should cover in this class the Richthofen and also the Midway. What I am going to do, I don't know, my performance is not like I say. I am talking, trying to explain. The next one, I'm not going to talk. You all are going to talk if you're okay with that, Bomb. But I mean, not like you're always tanking. Like we can do, like you can ask me questions while I am playing. I don't know if you want to, or we can pass to the midway. I don't know what you will say, Bomb.
Yeah. No, that's all. That's fine.
Okay.
I want to make sure that we go at least an hour of playing and then give some time for questions afterwards.
Okay.
I'm sure people are curious more about your captain builds.
Okay.
If possible, I would like to see like one training room against battleships specifically, because exactly what you said. Some battleships are much harder to get with bombs. So like the parts of the battleship that you look for on certain classes, not classes,
Okay.
nations.
Okay. Like they're right there, 3 ships. I mean, Sumo and jump. Well, I was going to dive bomb him, but he exploded, so I have to drop here. But it's not what I would like to do, because like I say, Sumo has a really bad AA. Also, Yamato Thunder with the consumable has a little bit of better of AA. But like I say, these planes, they are not tanky at all. That should be 3 citadels. Also, well, I will try to cover here. The fighters, when they engage you and you have people, I use this technique a lot in clan wars, because the fighters always provide vision. You can like juke them to come for you, and you go to your allies, your ships, in order to kill them. But that's more important. That's like clan war stuff. But you can also use it right here.
When you drop at the last minute, are you staying off your keyboard keys and going all mouse, or are you just use a little bit of adjustment either way?
When I hit the center, I only use my mouse. When I am maneuvering, because I don't have a penalty to use my keyboard until they get in the center.
Nice, really fine detail thing for everybody to know.
Yeah. And again, I am not looking for damage, I am just looking for the bow or the stern in order to get floodings. Doesn't matter if I miss one torpedo, but there I go. I had the flooding there. He repaired. I think, yeah, he did. I should be able, I don't know, the DCP of the Japanese, I think it lasts 15 or 10 seconds. I don't remember. But the thing is, like, they use their DCP and you get another flooding. Like there. He's flooding? Yeah, he's flooding. Now he's dead because he used his DCP way too fast. And now he's dead, but if he doesn't have the flags or something, he can get probably, I don't know, like 30 seconds of flooding, and that's a lot of damage.
Jaws, before you were cut off, you were talking about your meme build, and you were moving your carrier closer in for, I'm assuming, some endgame secondaries. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Okay. I will, in the next match, I will try to show it properly.
Thank you.
Wir haben ein gegnerisches Schlachtschiff versenkt.
With the dark bombers, you cannot citadel any CV I am aware of. But with penetration, only with penetration, you will get like 8 or 9k. But well, I am here right now, but I should attack him with torpedo bombers. Or rocket planes. The rocket planes with 12 penetrations, they should get a lot, 11 or 12 kfa. Yeah, exactly, 3 hits, only 9k of damage. And also, well, this is a little bit more tryhard. With the Richthofen, you can snipe any CB. But, I mean, you cannot snipe yourself, you cannot snipe another Richthofen because you cannot hit the citadel. But, like I say, you have to play, it's like a tricky situation with the floodings. For example, in the first 5 minutes, aircraft carrier, they do not tend to move so much. And if they are totally isolated, I mean, I have a lot of games where I could snipe another aircraft carrier, playing also with the floating. The DCP of, well, it's pretty standard on, okay, I should have left 2 planes because their fighters will engage me. Like you see, I was like 5 kilometers, 5.6 kilometers, I didn't see his fighters. But when I come closer, like I said before, on the last match, the concealment of the aircraft, of the fighter, sorry. You see, I just spotted them at 5 kilometers. That's also something really annoying with the Richthofen, because you can be playing another CV and you're not aware of the concealment of the fighters, and you just go and you spot the fighters at 5 kilometers and they will rip off your squad. I mean, depending also how much planes there are in your squad. Well, I haven't talked too much about flag dodging, but for example, like I say, you have to take in account the numbers of flag. For example, like a BB, I don't know, it should be around 5 or 4 flags per sabo, depending on their build. Also, if they have a anti-air build, they will be more flags. I don't know how much it will be, but for example, Alexander Nevsky, Minotaur Booster, I know those guys shoots 8 flags per every sabo. So also the squadron size, it matters a lot. The bigger your squadron is, the bigger the area of flag you can eat. With torpedo bombers, I am scoring around like 9 to 10k damage. For example, with the Richthofen, the bombers, I will only get penetration. I never have got a Citadel on other Richthofen with the rocket planes, but I should get around 10k, 9k damage. Let's see. Okay, that what? Well, 7k. He's a little bit saturated. That's why I was going with the torpedo bombers. If you see, okay, it's a difference of 2k, 3k, but if you count how much time I have dropped the CV, I have a better DPM with the torpedoes.
If you don't get you better get a compliment in this battle.
No, I won't. I don't know why the player base hates so much carriers. I don't know why.
I've actually submitted an idea to Wargaming to fix the karma, but I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, I don't think neither. Well, not too bad. I get to see like for 1 minute. What's a pretty okay battle? Okay, someone was asking about my build. This is my build. I have tried like, I don't know, 3, 4 other builds. For example, I had also the crazy idea. I removed this one that gives you +1 fighter, and this one, and I expect IFHE, but I don't think it's totally worth it. Also, the concealment of the it's really good. I don't know if I have. Yes, I have here the plane mod, the concealment mod. I will go through a little bit deep right here. Okay, this is pretty standard. Also, here, this one not. Oh, ¿cuál era? I'm sorry for the Spanish. Here, like the bombers, well, for example, if a matchup against cruisers, okay, better will be this, but you will get most of the damage with your dive bombers and the concealment, because this one is not really great. Okay, plus I have this modification in my midway, because in my midway I do not move from my spawn. I will move obviously if I need to, but the concealment gets at 12.2, and I think that's really perfect, because the secondary range. It's 10.9 with a full build. I don't know. I'm not saying like you have always to have to use this build. You can use like concealment with the aim and the side stabilization. But in my opinion, the side stabilization is totally useless because, like I say, the dive bombers, the rocket planes, and the torpedo bombers are really flexible in terms of the aiming. Okay, this will be the last one in the Richthofen. You can ask me while I'm playing, but I'm not will talk so much. Okay. I will try to rush a little bit. I hope I don't get deleted to get into secondary range.
Hawkeye, I just sent you a message.
Yep.
Autopilot aktiviert. Gefechtsstation.
But like I say, okay, this is a little bit like flexible, even though I have to take care of the Seattle. Like I say, the range 6.9. It's not like the booster like that in say AA, but the range is 6.9. So I have to be a little bit aware of him. And like I say, I will repeat it again. I will repeat it every time I do something about CVs is to spot. Your team must at least know where everyone is coming from. Well, they don't need to, but you, like an aircraft carrier, you should do it because you have that advantage. And also the bombers, for example, the Kurfürst is really easy to get citadels, but something any French DD, it's not impossible to citadel them, but it's really hard to hit the citadel. Like right here, like I say, I'm only spotting. I could go for one drop here or in the Hindi, but I will lose too many planes. Aircraft carrier are way more effective when the players are isolated. I will try to do one drop on the Ibuki because he's going too far away. Again, I will try to save 2 planes because I am only going to do one drop. He's going to vision. Yeah, I think so. Or he's not? No, he's not.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
I don't know if I will get like drop with 3 planes. Maybe I hope so. That was 23k. I aim it a little bit down because, like I said, you don't want to put the full vertical in the ship because of the impact angle that the rocket plane has. This guy is going to keep sniping me or what the fuck? I don't know. He just wasn't playing really. I will be worried if he's going to play with the flooding. My DCP is 60 seconds, and I can eat, I don't know, like a 30, 40-ish seconds of flooding damage. Right here, I should be with only 6 planes, not with the full squad. I will be forced to use my heal because of the fighters. Okay, perfect. I only lost 1 plane. Perfect. Like I said, you need always in every. I mean, I learned it like I had the okay, they're shooting me. I have to get in this island. It's not really good because they're all pushing back everyone. Yeah, I think they will delete me if I get in that island, but we'll see. Okay, secondary beam. Let's see. Okay. Not right now. I have to get next to this island because they will delete me. Well, they're already shooting me. I might die here. And when you're looking with your torpedoes to do damage, you need to... Fighters, Jesus. For example, the torpedo damage reduction. Here I am wasting, I am sending 3 planes back because the fighters does not engage. I mean, if you, they detach. I don't know if that's the correct term, but they detach from the squadron, and the fighters only chase your squadron. So you will save a little bit more of planes. Okay, like I was saying, if you're going to look to do damage with a torpedo, you need to look at targets that they have. Right here, he activated defensive AA. The reddish color right there, it's defensive AA. Okay, 1 floating. He might repair it, I don't know. This is a really extreme situation because I can be constantly dropping them, but I might rush here and I might die also. Let's see, Seattle. I don't think I will be able. Okay, I will. Perfect. Well, 2 planes, not bad. Only 1 Seattle, sadly. Like right here, this is a no-fly zone because 1, 2, 3 ships. Seattle has a really nice AA DPM, so like right here, the Kufus is totally alone. I will go for him, and eventually I will go for the Montana. Like I say, these planes are not tanky at all. And to dodge flag, I don't really like it. You have to wiggle. Like wiggle, speed up and down, and you can also bite the flag. This should be a kill, should be. 1 HP almost. Well, he should be dead, I think. Two at least? Okay, perfect. I'm really worried about these people pushing here. Right now in this situation, I will try to kill the Seattle. I cannot go with dive bombers there because there are a lot of BB alive yet. And like I said, you have to economize a lot. I think that's one of the most important things when you're playing carrier, to economize your planes.
Autopilot aktiviert.
Again, economizing. I saved 3 planes there. Where is the Seattle? Too much AA. Way too much.
Autopilot deaktiviert.
But I need to kill that Seattle. If I kill that Seattle, it will be way easier for me to whittle down the battleships. I will be dead soon. Yes or yes.
Torpedoes auf Backbord.
Yeah, that's the problem. Way too much AA. Hopefully my secondaries will go off. On. Okay, perfect.
Kritischer
I
Maschinenschaden.
want to kiss this Seattle so bad.
Alle Stationen. Feuer auf das Ziel konzentrieren.
I won't be able to drop a thing, only with 1 plane. And I'm also dead right now. Well, that's the thing with the build. I don't know. I don't have to go so extreme like this, but I was cornered in this spot. I could not do anything else.
That's when you get clan mates to get in smoke DDs and just smoke you
Yeah,
close.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Training room is up, Jaws. If you look for Hawkeye, I set up a
Okay.
game with non-moving battleships. I put all 3 carriers that aren't the Richtofen, so you could talk about that too. So
Sorry, which your ID? I didn't.
HAWK Hawk. Just search for Hawk. I should be the
Oh,
only
okay,
one that's
okay,
there.
okay.
Oh, apparently there's a lot. It's the underscore Hawkeye one. So down the list there under Ocean.
Okay, here.
There you go.
Yes, if you're in game, if you want to join as a spectator, we'll move you down, but you could also keep watching the stream.
I'd recommend you watch the stream mainly because you won't see the reticle when you spectate.
That's true. This is also being recorded and it will be uploaded to YouTube on my channel later.
Okay.
Weird. I distributed you in my view. It hasn't updated yet? That's weird. There we go. It's weird having my game up plus plus the stream.
Well, I think that battle will take at least 2 or 3 minutes. I will go to the bathroom real quick.
While we're waiting for Jaws to extract his alcohol from the night before, which he told us before we joined. Thanks for everybody for attending. I can tell you that the next master class is scheduled for January, sometime after the new year, and Chat Bonk from the clan Bonk will be doing a DD. I told him to pick his favorite DD, so I don't know what it is yet, so I can't help you, but it will be a DD.
You kind of already answered this, but do you know if it's Torp or a gunboat focus?
I don't know. I just told him, he said, what DD should I do? And he said, one I like or one that's good. And I said, do one you like. So I don't know what that is yet.
Oh boy, it's probably like a Kava.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. All the bots seem ready, so you're ready to go, Jaws?
Yep.
All right.
Okay. The hardest to Citadel. The French BBs. Kremlin, it's easy. Conqueror also. Yamato, so Berman, it's really easy also. Corfus is the most easy of all them. Montana, it's a little bit like Yamato, I think. Okay, where's the Republic? Okay. I don't know if this is like, I mean, this is what I always try to do. Like, I press S, okay? I go down the slowest speed possible. I keep pressing S, and I think the angle should be enough to penetrate the citadel exactly. But if I, dang, the fighters, they're going to kill me. Here, okay? I drop. With 2 fighters engaging me, I will lose all my planes, without a doubt. But I save it 3 planes when I did that. Okay, I will drop the Republic, but at a lower altitude, and I will not press my S key. I mean to go there to slow down the planes. And I should not be able to pen him the Citadel. I mean, if I am not at the max altitude that I can. For example, the Hakuryu is the best for me. In my opinion, is the best to Citadel the French DDs. If I go like here, I'm not pressing nothing. Okay. I go like I will have 3.5 seconds, 3 seconds. I should not Citadel him. I should not. Well, I did. I don't know why. But when I attack French DDs, I always try to go at the highest altitude I can. Also, the seconds, I don't know the impact angles and all that stuff. I don't know. But for example, the Kremlin, I can citadel him even on 3 seconds on the timer when on the reticle when I clip to drop. But for example, right here, I wait. I am too far away. I should be able to citadel him with this one. Yeah, exactly. But for example, with the Republic, I don't do that. I try to be at the maximum altitude. The Richelieu on the Salts is almost the same. I don't think I will be able to citadel them at a low altitude. For example, let's wait here. 3. Bad energy. Here we go again.
But yeah, if it's about angle, you're trying to have it go straight down instead of any angle at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a 90-degree angle. I found the info.
Yeah, it's. I try to make it. I think that it's like more stiff, like not like right here, but I should not be able here to citadel him. I think like they take another angle. It's not like they going just down. But for example, if I go like slowing down my planes, I should have a better penetration angle. Okay, like right here, I start slowing down. That was not so good, but I think they will make it. Okay. But for example, that only works. Well, not only works. You have to do that always with French battleship. Sorry. You try to slow down the planes, and also something you have to take in account. This is like your real reticle is like below here. Okay, like for example here, you see a little bit down. It's not like where it's I don't know how to explain it. And for example, if he's not moving right now, but if he will be moving, like I say, you can play with the center stuff, and you can like right here. I will only press my, and only when he gets to the center, it's start to go in wider. So you can angle your planes however you want to, until they get into that center part.
And does that include your keyboard keys or just the mouse when you start your attack?
Depends. I don't know how to explain it, but depends. I don't know, like in the moment, how they're moving, depending on the steering time they have. If they, for example, if they have the mod to move the steering faster, it depends way too much. Well, if you're attacking battleships, it will be more easier. But if you're attacking a Minotaur or Worcester or Sao, whatever, that wheels a lot, or Venetia is the hardest to hit, in my opinion. Conqueror is super easy. You can go however you want to. Like here, I should get easily 3 citadels with no problem. With any problem. Yamato is always... I try like to do the same method that the French DDs. I don't know if it's like more harder. I don't know, but I try always to do it like in a higher angle. Like here, same of the French DDs. For example, the Kurfus, it's, I don't know, like a Conqueror, a Thunderer. They're really, really easy to citadel. Even, I don't know if at the lowest altitude I can citadel. I think I can. I don't know, let's see. I mean, the Citadel against the day bombers is really soft. I don't know if I can. I don't think I will be able. For example, with the Kremlin, I don't think you have to set. I don't know, like a marker. You have always to drop between 3 and 5 seconds. Meanwhile, you are the shortest to 5. It's better. Should be better the angle. Okay, I can't see even the Kremlin at that altitude. It's a little bit weird because the game doesn't provide like the angles and the penetration of the bombs. I don't know which is the like the algorithm. I don't know. I should not be able, but I did. I don't know. It's I don't know.
They're not moving either. Like this is
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But the hardest battleships to Citadel are the French battleships. Every French battleship is really difficult to Citadel. I don't know, right here I'm Citadeling here like crazy, but in the game I overprint. Vermont, it's really soft too. I should be easily get 3 Citadels here. Only 1. But they're really easy, but like I said, you will, for example, here, you need to stop to stay in the gap between right here, the 5 seconds. Okay, you're gonna need to until the 3 seconds. When you are below the 3 seconds, I think there's less probability to Citadel him, I think. But like I say, I always try to do the drop at the highest altitude possible. That should be 3 Citadels without any problem. Well, 2.
Are you always going for the center stacks, or are you trying to sometimes lead a turret with your bombs?
I don't try to hit. I just always try, like to predict that where they're going. But also, it depends only, in my opinion, on the RNG, because sometimes they can group a lot, or they go. I don't know. It's depending on the RNG. But always like the middle. I mean, right now. But if they are moving, it's a little bit more difficult to predict the speed and everything. I didn't think that I was going to get 3 Citadels. Like you saw, it's the RNG.
Right, they fell closer together.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, for everybody, different carriers drop bombs at different speeds. You gotta get used to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Giles, we're going to let this go about another 5 minutes, and then we'll give everybody 10 minutes to ask any questions without bombs dropping and propellers spinning and such. Thanks.
Okay. Also very important, like I say, you have to. They don't do like a lot of damage, but you have way more chance to get a flooding in the bow or the stern. Like I said, you don't need to. If you land 1 torp on the bow, you will have more probabilities over the stern to get the flooding. And also, what you need to do every time, like for example, right there, I hit 2 in the bow. I didn't get any flooding, but you have to time. For example, you see when they pick when the damage is going up and you're not doing damage, they have the flooding. Okay, and when your damage doesn't go up, they use the damage cone. In that moment, you have to go from here and try to get the flooding. And here, I'll always not. For example, if I attack here, I don't get any Citadels because of the angles. You need always to. The side have to be like I don't know, like a quarter of the side have to be in the water. I will do it right now, and you will see I will get more Citadels because of the angle of the drop of the planes. The ideal is like around here. Let's see. The half. I always attack like the half. When you're sniping a carrier, it also depends of the RNG and the Citadels you do to him. For example, if I do like an average of 20-25k, it's not the same. If I average at 10k, I will take way too much time. You have to realize if it's good to keep sniping him or not. all the carriers, the Hakuryu, Midway, and Audacious are really easy to citadel. The Richthofen, I haven't citadeled him yet. Like here, that was a little bit too high. You see, a little bit too high. I don't know, like 10% more too high off the side. I only get 2 citadels, and this is with every ship, a cruiser, whatever you want to citadel, you have to the half of the side, 40% of the side has to be in the water. Well, that was a little bit too much. But even with that, I got more damage that dropping with more sight on the ship. With everything, you need to put at least the half of the sight in the water. It's really easy to snipe carriers if they're not moving. Like right here was a perfect drop, 22k. And also the torpedo bombers, the thing with the torpedo bombers, when I'm going to snipe, I always try to do floating. The DCP of the carriers is pretty standard for all. I think it's 60 seconds. So I aim for the bow or the stern. And I wait the 60 seconds, always watching the timer. The timer is really important. Luckily, I didn't get any floating. But as you know, the DCP of the carriers is automatic, and you have to wait those 60 seconds. And the DCP of the carriers will be on cooldown 90 seconds, and you can take an advantage of that with the floating. But it also depends. It also depends if it's too far away. It depends too much.
If we could,
with all the carriers,
if we could do a couple more drops, and then we'll head back.
Yeah, it's okay. If you want to, we can take a break, everyone.
Yeah, I want to get everybody a chance to like ask any questions, you know, with motors running and bombs dropping and such. And I want to try to keep it to an hour and a half, so it's not.
Okay.
So, like I said, I want to open up the floor. Anybody can ask any questions that they want. You know, does Jaws paint houses? No, I'm just kidding. Anything about CVs? Go for it. Thanks, Hawkeye, for asking some. Hawkeye plays CV for our clan battle team along with Troll, so even our guys were super interested, Joss, so thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, real good tips. Real good tips.
I think for me, I'm not a CV main. I think one of the best tips that you gave was I had no idea about the rocket planes and keeping it low, and actually some of it in the water. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's a lot of details, and every carrier is different. Audacious is way different. Hakuryu is different. Midway is also really different. I take different paths depending on the carrier I'm playing.
Any of you in the room want to ask a question? And would you like to see Jaws do another class on another CV, a different CV? This was obviously mostly on the Richthofen. Would that be
I got a question.
Yeah,
I got a question for Jaws.
Yeah.
I noticed his map size is small. Do you ever like to blow it up to see the full picture? And how much time do you spend at looking at the map than you do at your planes compared to a surface ship?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay, first question. Do you ever play with your map size? I noticed you got a real small map size. Me, I play CV a lot, so I like to blow it up and to see the big picture, and also like to darken it, the background, so the boats can pop out. But do you ever like play with the map size?
I play with the map size, not really when I play carriers, only when I play battleships. With the little dot, but with if I need to see better, I touch plus, but I don't really use it too much, just for knowing where the people is.
And next question, how much time do you actually look at when you're playing a CV? How much time you actually looking at the map compared to your plane? Because usually when I play CV, I'm looking at the map 80% of the time, and 20% of the time on the planes. But on surface ships, you tend to, I guess it's a lot different. So do you do it that way, or?
Yes, that was the number I was thinking about. Yes, the 80% of the time, I am totally looking at the map where they're going, who's going to get isolated, because you have a time for your planes to arrive that target is. There's a ship like going away, separating from the group. He's isolated, and yes, yeah, I will say the 80 or the 90% of the time, I am looking always at the map. But when I'm playing battleships, not so much when I'm playing carriers.
One last question, Jaws. What mods do you recommend for CVs if you use mods?
With DCBs, I don't use any mod. I think I don't know. I think I don't. I think any no.
And,
I don't use. No, no.
and one last compliment. I in back of my mind when I'm playing CVs is I forget about concealment. Concealment. I'm glad you mentioned about that. Also about flak. I've seen is when you go straight into a flak, I like to decel, and that flak tends to disappear, and I can go right through the flak without my planes taking very little damage before you hit the ship.
You can wiggle, but the problem when you wiggle is when you stay more time in the range of the.
I don't wiggle. I decel. I hit the S key, decel, and then but not XL, just decel, S key, and then go in like a cruise speed, and it tends to like it'll disappear. You're gonna take damage, but you take very little damage, so you can get the
Yeah.
hit.
Yes, but I think it personally for me it's more effective to wheel because meanwhile you are in the area the I mean for example 6 kilometers the area of the anti-air you will take for example if you're against a Yamato okay you don't mind you will have to avoid the flags but for example if you're against a Halon he has a really high DPM also the flags with the continuous damage it's really higher so you have to take in account which ship you are trying to hit but like I say I always will but also depends which carrier you're playing and which type of plane you're going to attack with
Okay, when
but
you say wiggle, I'm thinking a wall of flak, like just coming towards you. A wall of flak. You can't wiggle. You're gonna go straight into it.
when there is a wall of flag, you have to go straight. And yes, that technique is more effective. If you have in front of your planes a wall of flags, yes, it's better to decelerate and try to bait the flag in the position with slowing the plane. Yeah.
So it's not just wiggling that makes it easier to dodge the flak itself. By wiggling, the flak goes in a different direction. If you
Mm-hmm.
wiggle left and right, the flak is going left and right because it's predicting
Exactly.
where you're facing. So if you always
Exactly.
go straight and you just rely on deceleration, you'll always be facing waves of flak.
Exactly. That's why I will. Yep. And also depends how many ships you are going to drop. But when you have a wall of flag, yes, it's you can try also. I mean, you have to make a combination of both depending on how much flag you're looking, how much ships they are using their AA. Like I say, it's a lot of information, but I like more to wheel because I lost minus time, less time. Sorry.
On the question of mods, I don't use any particular mods for CV except I always use the flat water mod. It does make it easier to see where the water line is. So for rockets specifically, the flat water mod does help a bit, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, Jaws, this is a lot of really good stuff. Thank you so much. And I agree with the Flatwater mod. I actually just turned it on myself. I have two questions. The first one is kind of along with the mod question. Are there any like research resources or tools that you use for checking? I keep a spreadsheet of different ships with highlighted ones that I need to watch out for, but you have all these numbers like right at the top of your head. So like.
Yep.
Is that just from practice, or do you have tools and resources that you use in addition to help keep yourself fresh?
I never studied the it's like playing the game. For example, the booster. I don't think too much about the DPM. I think about the range and the amount of flag per salvo. But yeah, like I say, it's a lot of information. But the most important, in my opinion, is to know the range of the ship you are facing with.
Thank you. And second question is, I noticed in the last clan battles, I was mostly running Richtofen in my clan battles, and a lot of clumps, a lot of Petropavlovsks siding up with battleships to take advantage of that AA. Do you have any tips and tricks for breaking the clumps, or is it just patience and picking off the stragglers?
For example, there are two cruisers that they are extremely difficult to citadel. One of them is Petro, and the other is Goliath. I won't go. I won't go attack. If I only have rocket planes, of course I will attack him. I will take, but I will make really little damage against a Petro. You will have always go with the bombers. But for example, in Clan Wars, many people uses AA, the captain build with AA and also the modifications. It's really hard to know in Clan Wars. For example, you see 3 ships, and if the 3 ships they are completely full of health, it's not really worth to lose planes. But like I say, if you get deplaned, you're totally useless. Well, with the Richthofen, you can use your secondaries, but your main weapon are the planes.
So spotting, like in the case of you got 3 ships
Spotting.
together,
Yep,
just spot.
exactly.
Let your teammates kill them.
Exactly. Just a spot. In Clan Wars, the 60-70% of the time, it's just spotting.
Mage has a question. Can you talk a bit about how you use your fighters in competitive? I didn't see you using fighters a lot for spotting. Like I saw you a couple times where you were kind of circling around your fighters. Are you using them mostly for spotting DDs? Or are you using them for air cover? I'd just be interested in hearing a bit more about how you use that strategy.
I never use my fighters in Clan Wars. Just if I am totally sure if the CB, the enemy CB is going to attack one of the ships on my team, I will use fighters defensively. But the 90% of the times, I use only my fighters as a spotter. But because, like I say, the concealment of the fighters is like 5 kilometers. It doesn't matter if there's a Minotaur or a Petro or wherever there is. Meanwhile, they're not spotting your fighters. They will be spotting always, and there's the key of Clan Wars, spotting while you're playing a CB.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any others?
Anyone?
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yes. Did we figure out then, is it the height or the angle of the planes on the drop that really matters for penetrating the battleship armor? And I know you guys were arguing about that at the start, so now I was hoping to resolve that.
We've started when the CVs were still in the test. That kept on coming, but they have cleared it out like 6-7 months ago. That the height does not affect pen; it's only the angling. But as you know, the lower you drop it,
the worse is the angle. Yeah.
Into it. So yes, It seems like the higher you drop, you get more 90-degree angle, kind of.
Exactly. It's the derivative, because when they go down, like they open a little bit more, and the angle is worse. The perfect angle is like you go into the side and you can attack exactly in that moment. You will get more penetration. Well, you should get more penetration. Well, not penetration, the angle. Sorry.
Okay. Another question or so, and then we'll wrap this up.
I had one. Do you have any particular strategy that I don't know of to avoid flak going away? So you've already done your drop and you're trying to get away. Like that particular, trying to dodge that flak is one of the hardest, I find.
Wiggle. I will all the time. I move my planes a lot. For example, I decelerate or accelerate when there is like a cloud of big flags in my face. I use the technique to decelerate, but the 95% of the times I always will. I will be moving, but like someone said, the flags are going in the direction that you are going at that exact moment. When the flag shoots, you can be already turning to another side, that's why I think the wiggle movement it's the better.
So just make it second nature, really. Just always be wiggling when you're not dropping.
Yeah,
when you're
exactly.
approaching and leaving.
Exactly.
Great. Any others? Last question.
I'm sorry. Just following up on the wiggle. I've heard different people who say like I do like a 1-2 count wiggle, a 5 count wiggle. I haven't seen anybody who's come to a consensus about what the rhythm of that is.
I don't use like a count, like I move to the left one time and go to the right. No, I just wiggle all the time. My planes are not in the same direction. I am almost wiggling always because I think the mobility that the plane has in this game is like the key you have to dodge the flag, because the people complains a lot that the flags or the AA doesn't do nothing. But like I say, if you go straight to flag without moving your place, they will shoot down immediately. But I don't count it like if I wiggle here or if I wiggle there. It's like a random pattern, I guess. That's how I play it.
Thank you.
I always
Okay,
heard the
you're
rhythm
welcome.
was this is Blue Falcon, by the way. I always heard the rhythm was left, 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 right, left.
You were in the military way too long, friend. That was great. I can't beat that to end on that note. I guess this concludes our very first masterclass. If you guys could do me a favor and just sing me a PM. A lot of you have PM'd me already. Just to tell me like anything that we could do better or anything that we did really well, because we're going to continue this series doing other ships and other classes with other teachers, not just Jaws. Any advice or anything you could do, since this was our very first one and we had nothing to go by, would be very, very helpful. I want to thank Jaws from the clan Buenas Noches for Jaws. We met Jaws murking in the channel by accident, and he has just been a really great guy to just hang around with and just get to know. So I just want to thank Jaws for he volunteered to do this. So thanks again. And thank you for everybody that attended, non-members and members. Thanks so much. And this will be posted on my Captain Bond YouTube channel, so if you want to point any of your friends to it so they can watch it later, it'll be uploaded there at some point. So not some point, within the next day, within the day. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks, Jaws.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.